When the latest eruption happened in the Iceland, an island in the North Atlantic region, it looked very vigorous and strong. It started like that. Land is splitting and the magma oozing out in the form of these fountains of lava, where we have the Americas and Eurasia pulling apart, creating these cracks in the ground in the Grindavik Rift Valley, where the magma from the adjacent area in the Svartsengi can flow under the ground to erupt to the surface, like this lava flows we saw in the previous eruption. Repeated here, Svartsengi is around 3 kilometers to the west side of the Rift Valley. You can see that. And we had this shaking storm of the earthquakes creating the eruption, followed by something that nobody paid attention to it, but I noticed that. And these are the magma reservoir collapsing in my view. This is the area that we have our sensors, GPS data measuring distance from the ground to the satellites in space. And we see now, up to now, it was that after every rise, there was a fall, which was an eruption. This fall was followed by a steady rise again, never falling down. The trend was upward. This time we had an eruption, a fall, and again followed by another fall. That is something that we didn't expect it. We expected the cycle of the rising of the land start again, magma accumulate and then erupt. Like what we think, this is a bladder getting filled up by the magma from a source underneath. It's not a chamber, as you can see, it's many cracks and little bits and pieces. But they gathered 20 million kilometers of the magma. This time it seems this one is collapsed. It's gradually emptying the space. The voids are disappearing. The magma recedes practically back to where it was and solidifies. Something like what we see now here, crumbling of the wall. Different in a way, but anyway, that brings it to the mind to understand what's going on. I believe the Svartsengi magma reservoir is collapsing, the gaps and cracks getting filled. It will not have the capacity to hold magma anymore like before. And this will mean practically until 800 years probably, the end of this episode of eruption, the end of this system for at least now. We have to wait and see.